I'm with Simon from Chocolate Audio. He's here to show us about their new drum library. Take it away.
Okay, so we just released this new library. The Black Album drums is available right now for Contact, full version only. So it's not a player thing, not yet probably. And it's for BFD, F-Expansion BFD 3 too, at the same time. So you buy it and you get both versions at the same time.
Cool.
No extra pays. So basically what we did was going into the same studio where the Black Album by Metallica was recorded, that got open to the public again just a couple of years ago. We managed to find the same exact kit that was used on that album. We managed to hire the guy who used to be the assistant engineer on that album and engineered the album for us. The sample library for us in this case. So we were able to place the same mics in the same places, in the same positions with the same signal path. So what happened is that you pretty much get the same vibes, the same kind of sound. It's a huge sound, as you might understand.
Wow.
And the Contact engine is the version 2.0 of our engine. It's pretty simple. You have the 3D rendition where you get options to, for example, in this case, you can change the snare drum. Even though it wasn't used on the original album, we have some options that we thought that were kind of cool to have. And then you have a mixer page, which makes use of the Contact, of course, internal effects. You can route anything to separate outputs if you want to mix them outside of Contact. But inside of Contact, you still have the power to set the amount of signal going, for example, from the kick to the overheads, closed room, and the other microphones, and the closed microphones, and then everything else. I mean, control is pretty deep and detailed. All of the closed mics are here on the top, whereas on the bottom you find the overheads and all of the rooms: closed room, far room, rear room, and the reverb return plus the master. Preset management. So our own presets, and you can also save and delete your own. We have MIDI mappings, so not only our own MIDI mapping, also other MIDI mappings, and the player. Player is the main feature of version 2.0 of our engine, and it's pretty effective because what you get is you have a style loader. These are MIDI files that were recorded by a real drummer. You just load up a style and you have a lot of options. Basically, a style is made up of a large number of intros, mains, fills, and outros. So you basically have 4 ways you can interact with this player. The basic way will be to just play an intro. It will throw automatically into a main, and then you can call up a fill. It will play a fill. You can choose another fill and have another thing. So you basically play with the interface. The other way is to have what I call it like the automatic drummer. So I go into the player preferences and I turn on the randomize fill, randomize main, and autofill every 4 bars. So when I hit play, the player will automatically call up a random in a window fill, then goes back to the main, a different main, because it randomizes around the window, and then goes again to the main, to the fill, and so on. So it's like a never-going and never-changing kind of thing. So this is like the play-along thing, let's say. The third way you can interact with the player is by using the MIDI key button. The MIDI key button will basically tell you press the MIDI key between C# -2 to D# -1, which is 15 keys here in black, where you can assign a groove. And of course then you can pretty much just call back.
Grooves in real time.
Yeah, with just one finger. You can basically lay down a track with just one finger. The first key, which is the white one, is to stop the player. So you want to have to stop, and you can. The fourth way is by exporting. So you just drag and drop of the selected pattern. You just drag and drop it to the desktop or to your DAW to further edit. Last thing, and then you're off to go. Is is this elements window panel, where basically on the master row you basically can set the intensity, so the the velocity basically of the whole pattern. You can change the tempo, you can delay it, anticipating or delaying it, either in musical terms or in ticks. And you can set a grid and then quantize based on the grid and swing based on that grid. But what is cool is that you can also have a muted kick. So you mute the kick track in the sequence, in the pattern. You can change the intensity of just one of the drum pieces. You can have some transformation. For example, I can make the snare play the side stick only, so to play like a ballad kind of thing. And I can make, for example, the kick. Let's get back the kick over here and have it delayed by 1/8, and maybe double timed, and you end up with a totally different kind of groove. And really last thing, anything you do over here, when you export to a MIDI key or to the desktop and DAW, it saves it. And last thing is that these guys are
all CC controlled.
Yeah, are MIDI CC. So not everything, because that is due to contact, but all of the sliders are controllable in real time. So, for example, the intensity slider can, you can build up like a crescendo or diminuendo pretty effectively using a MIDI CC controller.
Thank you.
That's about it.
Is there anything you want to tell our thousands of readers?
Oh well, the library is available right now. It's for Contact 5.5 and up full version, and for BFD3, and it lists at $149. It's on offer until the end of January for $99.
Cool.
So,
are you able to give us any hints of what's coming up in the future?
Well, we are working on other drums already produced, so we need to edit stuff. We're actually coming in a few weeks with the other drum library that is out now, which is Contemporary Vintage, which is very cool in my opinion. This one was 1.0 version of the drummer engine, and it will be updated to the 2.0, so integrating the player with 20 custom styles, and it's going to be free for all registered users and for, of course, for everyone buying it.
Very nice. Thank you.